very good fight coming up October 1st. Brandon Glanton versus Marcus Browne. Both of these guys are very tough fighters, contenders at 175, overlooked badly. I think Glanton has had some very tough fights recently with Chris Billiam-Smith, and then we've had Marcus Browne out of the ring for a long time. He hasn't fought in 2 years, and he's only had 2 fights since the Bitter Bill fight, which is the second fight he had since his other fight. And I don't know, man. I feel like the skills and talent is going to be there, the reach, size. The thing about Marcus Browne is he's been stopped twice, but the guys he got stopped by were some of the hardest punchers I've seen ever in boxing history. So the only guys he's been stopped by is some all-time knockout artists. So we have to keep that in mind. I don't think he's chinny because he got stopped twice. I just don't. The activity is going to play a huge part, and I don't know who he's training with. I'm going to have to look into that. But he was with Derrick James at one point, and then who knows? You know, he hasn't been active recently. A lot of guys are went another direction. But with Glanton, I would like to see him be a little more patient and trust in his abilities and not try to rush the process, and know that he can outbox guys if he just focuses on his strategy and not try to get outside of things. And, you know, if you got to push these guys to the limit and let your hands go and see who's going to fall first, it might have to come to that, because Marcus Browne hasn't fought in 2 years, and he's not taking this fight just to get in the ring. This is a very tough fight, and Marcus Browne is known for taking these tough fights after short or long layoffs. But this fight right here is going to be a tough one, and I think he's going to be able to outbox Glanton early as long as he stays sharp and stays patient. I don't think he's going to be gun shy, because he's seeing now that the guys he's been facing or he's lost to are not just average guys. So with Glanton getting this win, this will be a big win for him. This will be the biggest win in his career. He has to go to the body on Browne, knowing that he's been out of the ring a long time. He has a size advantage, Browne does, as far as height and reach. If you're Glanton, you're going to have to stand in the pocket a little bit and try to smush some of these punches that from Browne. If you can smother some of his punches and be close range, that might be the best thing you can do. Have some kind of movement like Mike Tyson does in the inside. Drop your hips, go to the body, throw some hooks. Might have to get at that, because I don't think the jab is going to be able to outlast Browne. He's just too good boxing on the outside, and that's where he's going to have the advantage at. I think Glanton's going to have to step to him, and then between the 7th and 12th round, Glanton he's going to have to push the envelope as far as the stamina and everything else. Stamina is the number one thing that's on his side. He's been active. The activity is going to be on his side as well, because Marcus Browne has not been boxing a lot. Glanton's going to have to push the envelope later rounds to have. I think it's going to be a 10-round fight, but he's going to have to push the envelope later rounds, because Marcus Browne, he's going to be able to box. This guy's professional. He knows what he's doing. Like I said before, he hasn't been stopped by just regular guys, and both these guys are considered to be in their prime. 10-round fight by these guys. But from what I've seen, Marcus Browne, 75-inch arm reach. That's a lot. Doesn't have a lot of rounds in boxing. He has 132 rounds of boxing in the pros. It's not a lot of rounds when you think about it. And then Glanton only has 100 rounds. So when you think about that, Marcus Browne still has a lot more I would say experience in these big fights. I would say he has more, experience of letting his hands go in certain situations where he knows the fight is on the line. But as far as the patience, and Glanton has a 79-inch arm reach, which is insane. I forgot about that. I forgot that Glanton's arms was actually that long. He has a 79-inch arm reach, which is crazy. That's like a heavyweight. So with that being in mind, I would still, if I'm Glanton, I forgot his arms was that long. If I'm Glanton, I'm still going to fight in the inside with Browne. Browne, the way he uses his height, even against Bitterbill seen Browne use that height in a major way. He just couldn't get past those punches, and he couldn't take those punches the right way like he thought he could. And things just went south. But I think that Glanton Even though he has an 85% knockout rate, the dude knocks out everybody. Even though he has an 85% knockout rate, I'm gonna go on the limb and say that Glanton takes this to the decision, and he wins on decision. And could be a dominating performance, but I think it's gonna be a good fight, and I think it's gonna be back and forth. But I think Glanton's gonna get it in the end because I think the stamina's gonna be too much. I forgot his reach was that long. You know, you see Marcus Browne having a 75.5-inch arm reach. You're like, oh, okay. Glanton 79. It's insane. But that's all I got, man. Like and subscribe.